Hey guys, what's up? It's BT here, and just wanted to give a quick update on what's going on with Bankroll and what my plan is to kind of weather this storm. From a purely cryptocurrency perspective, this is business as usual for Bankroll. As a matter of fact, these are ideal times. Bitcoin is a healthy 6K. Um, we've been able to operate Bankroll successfully as low as 3K and been able to ride serious gains. I hope everyone here is doing well. And more importantly, anything in your real world outside of crypto, I hope that you're doing the right thing for your families and that you're able to support your families, that your cash flow in the real world is able to cover your necessities, that you have adequate supplies in house, that you have your vitamins in house, uh, vitamin C, vitamin D, B complex. There's a supplement called quercetin, which you can order, which helps with zinc absorption. Zinc. That's pretty much the vitamin cocktail that you're going to need to be able to handle the coronavirus if you're exposed to it and you're healthy, otherwise healthy and not immunocompromised. Um, if you're diabetic or if you're overweight, now is a great time to maybe think about switching to keto, switching to a low carb diet. There have been research to show that, well, in general, if you have high elevated blood sugar, um, that's going to make it harder for your body to manage um, fighting off foreign invaders. So if you go into ketosis, or if you basically limit and go down to zero carbs, um, uh, and start to metabolize fat, that's going to allow your body to go into autophagy and basically go into a heightened self-repair mode. Um, for myself, what I'm doing is I'm taking the course of vitamins, and I'm also not on a strictly ketogenic diet, but I am doing intermittent fasting. Basically, I don't start feeding until 5 p.m. every day, and then I, eat for maybe a couple. I have a main meal, and then if I'm going to do any snacking or drinking, it's in a short window, and then I basically go back into fast. So that gives body enough time to kind of repair itself. Anyway, getting back to anything else I want to say just about surviving the corona crisis. Let's see. I think that's about it for now. Oh, actually, let's talk about cash. Um, Now is not a good time to be in altcoins. Um, you you want to be in cat. You want to be in top 10, and I would pretty much say, if it comes down to our community, not financial advice, but you know, Bitcoin, Ethereum, Tron. The banker you already have, keep your banker, of course. Bankers interest bearing. Um, Daily Plus interest is massively interest bearing, and that's what we're going to really talk about. Uh, so what I have done is I've actually, short of, like, I think maybe I have about 50 Ethereum now. I've basically exited Ethereum, in a massive way. Uh, has switched to cash, and will be dollar cost averaging into Daily Plus for the foreseeable future. Uh, my business, which is not Bankroll, by the way. Bankroll is my community, it is my creation, but it is not my business. my business, which builds on behalf of Bankroll, I'll be filing for some stimulus loans and things like that, and we'll be taking care of some debt in the real world, shoring that up, and then potentially more stimulus coming back into the Bankroll Network. We'll see. So basically my plan is to just see how the market goes, and just standard rolling as usual with Bankroll and getting into Daily Plus. Save is coming. I'm basically clearing everything out of the way. I had a major move on the personal side of things. I have gone through a divorce, which is unfortunate. I'm having a hard time seeing my kids right now, but that was something that was in the works for a while, and it's probably for the best. But because of that, I had a major move. I had to relocate, so things were quiet along those lines. But we still got bug fixes, we still got movement, and now we're about to do blast off, which is going to be huge. I'm in a great place. I'm looking right out over the water here in New England. It's great. I'm right next to a bike path. It's going to be awesome when all this stuff clears out. Everything's set up for my kids. I'm doing great. Let's get back to the plan. Yeah, so dollar cost averaging into Daily Plus. Yeah, Save. So the design for Save is done. It is a savings account. It produces banker as interest. There are 0 fees. More than likely, the banker will be minted 1-to-1 between the depositor and custody. This will allow, my company and Bankroll in general, Bankroll Custody in general, to grow as an organization beyond just like a sort of very lean and mean operation, with myself doing development and the community doing marketing and things like that. Like I would like for us to be able to come out of this crisis scaled up, and I think that Save would be a very beneficial way for all participants to benefit, for us to have a healthy and strong organization that has the resources to get Bankroll in front of the masses, and at the same time produce phenomenal interest rates for and basically create the greatest savings vehicle on the planet. So that's what Save is, and that's coming. But Daily Plus is the workhorse for the traditional Bankroll community. For everyone who's here now, I'm just letting you know, Save is for like everybody else, and it's going to be great with everybody in Bankroll. But for the real players, Daily Plus is perfect. And and in this monetary environment where there is just free cash flowing everywhere, eventually that will make its way back to harder assets, right? Daily Plus outperforms like any rental property. So you're going to see some massive growth. We're going to go over, just with blast off, we're going to go over 50 million. Now is a great time, so for example, let's take a sort of a standard archetype for the kind of person who might be in Bankroll. Okay, you've already been working from home a certain percentage of time before this whole crisis. Your employer was already woke, and you have people that you work with all around the world, right? So this is a shock to the system for like a lot of people who, are used to showing up every day and doing their commute, that type of thing. But for the bankroll community, for what we do, and for the space that we operate in virtually, this is great. Everybody's just, coming and joining the party. Daily Plus is an annuity at the end of the day. There's no getting around it. It is an annuity with zero fees, with a manager where you don't have to worry about, a manager mismanaging funds, dipping into the pot, investing in the wrong thing. You double down in Daily Plus if you believe in Bitcoin and if you believe in Tron. And if you believe in Tron as a oscillating, if you believe in Tron as a stable, oscillating altcoin. And what I mean by oscillators is there are definitely pump and dump coins and coins that aren't successful. And then you have oscillators, which simply oscillate above and below a fair value of Satoshis. That's what Tron is. Tron allows you to put Bitcoin to work. And so, and if you look at the fees that you sometimes have to pay for on Ethereum, and if you look at just the cost of operating the Bankroll network, it would be almost impossible for us to operate the Bankroll network on Ethereum 1.0. So, at least for now, and for a good long time, Tron is where it's at, and Tron is good enough right now. And we're gonna get our friends, family, associates, people we meet online, as we kill the time, because we can't do anything else except stay in our house. We're gonna show people another way and show them how to shore up their finances. I think that this boom, boom time that we had was a period of time to prepare for this type of event. So did you prepare and build up your cash balance? Did you prepare and build up income streams that could survive something like this? If you haven't, then now is, and if some, and I'm speaking to the community, which obviously we are prepared, but now is the time, for people who have a certain amount of savings or whatever, or they had a significant amount of investments, maybe they sold at the top, of the S&P, and they're like, okay, I'm sitting on all this cash and I don't know what to do with it. I don't know where to put it. Where is safe to put this cash right now? Well, you can dollar cost average into Bankroll. You can put some funds into save. You can put a good chunk of funds into Daily Plus, and you will be earning Banker, which mines itself, and you will be participating in an annuity program on the blockchain that has zero administrative fees, of any reasonable size. So this is amazing. This is an amazing time for us, and blast off. Rocket is our game. The more people that participate in Rocket, the more attention is brought to the Tron blockchain, the more transactions we produce, and activity, demonstrable activity, and actual volume, Tron volume. We are one of the most active and successful businesses on the Tron blockchain. We have more volume and activity than Just Game, which is just a chunk of Tron just sitting there in a broken contract. We are the largest contract on Tron. We are Tron. I'm going to have a talk with Justin Sun at some point in the future. Before this crisis is over, Bankroll will be on national and international television. We are the feel-good story for the corona crisis. Without even trying to be, right? We just simply prepared. We simply said enough was enough. As a community, we're going to take care of each other. We're going to build a support system that takes care of each other. We're going to build cash flow for all. We stayed here. We believed. Over 14,000 people have touched this network and have benefited from this network. We have to do the work and spread the knowledge, the wealth. We have one of the largest, longest white papers for a functional project in crypto, period. No diagrams, no pictures. 40 pages of this is how Bankroll works. This is what it can do for you. Right? Now's the time. Don't be antisocial. Don't play games. Don't just play Rocket. Don't just look at your daily plus balance. Call your uncle. Call your cousin. Call your friends. Oh, hey, man, before we play this game right here, can I talk to you about Bankroll for a second? Because, by the way, this is how much money I got in here. You can show them the USD value. Show them the USD value. I'm going to, on Daily Plus, I'm probably going to actually show the USD value for your daily payouts as well. I'm just feeding the beast. Daily Plus is where it's at. I got out of Ethereum. I'm not waiting for Ethereum to pop. I'm not waiting for Bitcoin to pop. If Bitcoin pops, I know Tron pops. So we've been here before, right? We know what happens when when Bitcoin goes from 3,000 to 6,000 to 9,000, 8,000, whatever, to 10, 14, 20, back. We know what all that does to Tron and to Bankroll. The time to pile in is now. In DCA. Let's pray for a small dip before the halvening. But we're running out of time. The halvening is coming. And there's going to be a reckoning. And I think it's either going to be, we're either going to have a significant pop. Well, here's the helicopter money is already coming. After I get off of this video, clean up my apartment a little bit, I'm going to get back to filling out my application for my helicopter money. The average U.S. citizen is only going to get, $1,200, plus $500, $600 or whatever per kid or something like that. And then what? They're gonna have another stimulus or something like that. They need to, and then they said they've bolstered unemployment insurance, right? So that's the unemployment insurance is going to kick in and potentially help out. So there is money going to all the unemployment insurance programs, so that those people will get a little bit more money. But they're effectively just going to be unemployed, and they're going to get a little bump. As a business owner building for Bankroll, I'll be able to write out an application and get a loan anywhere between $25,000 and up to $2 million. Right? If you've been Bankroll strong this whole time, and if you followed the moves that I've made and that I've suggested, not financial advice, right? Your credit stack should be in Daily Plus, and it should be way bigger than it was in credits by this time. And you should be printing money hand over fist right now. And we're about to pump this thing again with blast off, okay? Do a Zoom. How many of you guys are on Zoom now for just your job or something? Use it. Create a personal account. Do a Zoom with some friends. Hey, this is me playing Rocket. This is my Daily Plus balance. This is how much it's growing because all these people are playing Rocket right now. It's a great time to be alive. When all this is over and you look back at, the people you were with and the people that were, in your household and held it down with you as we all survived this. And then and as you look at the Bankroll community in your family here, I'm here. We're going to get through this and we're all going to be better for it. And yeah, we actually lived during a time where, we had to be alive. We had to push back. We had to rise up. We had to hold it down for our families, our friends, our community. And we're going to get through it. And we're going to be stronger for it. Bitcoin is a thing. It's holding strong. Crypto is a thing. It's holding strong. Bankroll is a game changer. Those DeFi projects out there are nothing but the worst kind of loan where you have to have the money already that you already needed. And it's bag holding. It's just bag holding, and the worst kind of loan, a collateralized loan is a horrible loan. Most people, collateralized loan can't do anything for anyone who doesn't have any money. Bankroll allows you to participate in a micro economy where the only goal is to support each other, where whales support you and you support whales and minnows, dolphins and sharks and whatever else you want to call it, down to shrimp, whatever, guppies. Doesn't matter. We're in this together. We contribute together. Okay, want to make it real simple? We all pay the same goddamn tax rate, 50%. And that money is put directly to work to give back to the people who need it at the time that they need it. And everyone else just holds strong. That is Bankroll. You understand now? We're going to do this. We are doing this. We have been doing this. Make sure you get your unicorn t-shirt. I'm guilty of not ordering it yet. And I'm going to have to sit in that box and let it desanitize somewhere in my... Whatever. Yes. Get the unicorn t-shirt. I appreciate everyone who's participated in Patreon. I haven't been pumping out a ton of content. Guess what? I'm not a content creator. I'm a leader. I'm a builder. I've been in fintech for 20 plus years. Everything that I know, everything that I've seen, every backroom conversation I've been in at a Fidelity, a State Street. That's why Bankroll exists the way it does right now. That's the reason why it has survived and thrived right now. I know what is required, what's not, what we could do right now, and what we can put off on. Do we need a new UI right now? Hell no. We need to survive right now. And I was in that survival mode from day one. I saw this coming. I didn't know it was going to be Corona. I knew it was going to be something. Corona is the excuse for the money printing that's been going on this whole time. We were always in financial peril. Always. Corona, it's going to feel like we had World War III. That is what Corona is. It's World War III. But it's a lot easier to bounce back from a world war when you have sound money. If you don't have sound money, the economic devastation is what's really hard. And the people who aren't right next to the fountain of money, right, are the ones that are going to get hurt as we move into a hyperinflationary environment. So, with that all said, it's time to have some fun. We're going to relaunch Rocket. I'm not even going to edit this video at all. I mean, I basically want to switch to just doing podcasts, not videos at all. So I'm going to figure out a podcast platform. Maybe I'll just use like SoundCloud or something and just do a link to SoundCloud from, or I'll pick a good podcast distribution system. Maybe that'll be my project for next week. I do need to get on Save though. Save is simple. Save should have been done. I really had to think long and hard about I knew there wasn't going to be any fees, but like what additional value is going to be created beyond the interests so that Bankroll can move forward. And so, you know, thank Richard Hart, thank XRP, thank the majority of projects in the top 10. Yeah, you kind of need a lot of coins to get shit done. And the price of the coins really doesn't matter as long as you have a lot of them. And the group that does the work needs to have those coins, and you know the community will definitely benefit. I have always operated Bankroll, and that is our strength. Basically, I'm literally in this with you. I have no more advantage than you. Custody has no more advantage of you, right? The way I have designed it is that when, like, you know, if I get hit by a bus or if I get hit by Corona, the nominal amount of fees that are going to custody won't make a damn bit of difference, and will actually make all of the systems more robust. That is how Bankroll is designed. And I'm convinced that with Save, that won't make a difference either. I will definitely put you know, I started out with a target of 1 million banker tokens as just a personal goal, like something like, hey, you know, I put a lot of work into this, you know, wouldn't it be nice if I had you know, 1 million banker tokens that I could sit on to do what I need to do, take care of my family, take care of the project, you know, something I could, you know, pass on to my kids and stuff, you know, that would be the job well done. So I still have that goal. to keep the project going, to keep the project healthy, to get the tokens into more hands. I'm at about half of that right now. And that's basically everything to operate the project, everything to keep me afloat as like basically the only full-timer, right? And I basically have to do everything, outside of the help that I get with the community management, and community management is the minimum that the community should help with, because we're all in this together. We're family, we're community. So obviously, senior family members are going to step up to take care of the rest of the family, correct? Right? And that same thing goes with the social media and stuff that's going on and stuff. But we can definitely do a lot more, but we need those resources. So definitely going to put the tokens generated to save to work, and will once we sort of settle into a new normal with this whole Corona thing, I think for that to happen, we have to basically strategically prepare, and we have to get past this apex. And this is a rolling apex. This is what we know. Corona is thriving in a winter type of environment. It is thriving into what is becoming spring. So basically everything in the northern hemisphere, correct? It is also thriving in places below the equator. So, but when it's summer here, it's winter below the equator, right? When is Corona ever going to be in an unfavorable environment on this planet? When is it ever not going to have a chance to survive and thrive brewing in communities? When is it ever going to let up, right? The only solution there is a vaccine and a treatment protocol, really, that doesn't involve ventilators. If you need a ventilator, ventilators cause a lot of problems. They cause more problems than they solve, actually. If you get on a ventilator, you're lucky to get off a ventilator. That is how destructive a ventilator is to your body after you're on it, after you're dependent on it. You don't want to get on a ventilator. In this whole thing, like, okay, so, you got to wrap this up, but like, getting back to Corona, the best thing you can do for yourself right now, I'm not a doctor, I'm definitely not a financial advisor, but I'll tell you what I'm doing for myself. Because I've been not only building Bankroll, but also just in general on a very comprehensive path to self-improvement, right? And in terms of my health, it's really simple. Like, do simple exercise. My machine of choice, my exercise of choice is just walking forever. I'll go outside and I'll just walk. I haven't been going outside a lot, but I even pace in the house. And but if I'm really working out, I'll go to the gym, and I have a gym like in where I live, and I can't go to it, but I'll go to the gym and I'll get on the machine, right? I'll get on elliptical. Yeah, I'll get on the elliptical, and What's the other thing? What else? Um, I got these perfect push-ups that I've had for like 15 years, I think, or however long the perfect push-up has existed. I have like one of the original designs, and I just use it. Perfect push-up, and do squats. Work out your legs. Do squats. Do squats. Perfect push-up. You can do a push-up and lift your knees to your chest as you're doing the push-up. That's it. That's your full body workout. You don't need an elliptical or anything. And then just look into fasting. And don't go crazy. When you wake up, do your workout and stuff. Drink water. Maybe have some coffee. Black, no milk or no sugar involved. And don't eat. Don't eat until 12. And then once you get really disciplined, don't eat until 5. And just have your one meal. You can have a dessert. Stop eating by 8 o'clock. You're done, right? And then you go to sleep. And then you wake up and do it again. And because of that, you're keeping your body. You're giving your time. You're giving your body a significant amount of time to focus on itself instead of digesting food and managing blood sugar. Is a simple way to do it. And then once you get more advanced, just make sure make sure you have vegetables, and avocado, things that are that have healthy fat. I mean, you can even have meat. Don't be afraid of meat with fat on it. Don't be afraid of meat with high fat content. That's what you want. That's what you need. Vegetables, meat with high fat content, that will keep you satiated, and that will keep more food in your house. So you don't have to go out there, and you can let this thing. Basically, we're going to get this thing. A majority of us are going to get this thing because it's a cold. At the end of the day, it's a cold. The common cold is a coronavirus, right? This is just a novel coronavirus. So we just have to wait for some type of vaccine. Now, the scary thing is it's the, here's the scary thing about corona. It's more cold than a flu. And we don't have a cure for the common cold. That's the real problem with coronavirus. Quiet as it is kept. Yeah. So, yeah, the real trick here is to stay healthy. And to keep a upbeat, positive mindset is the real trick here. So, blast off. Yeah, blast off is happening, and we are about to rock this contract. We're going to scream past 50 million. That's going to happen. Before it's all said and done, the Bankroll Network we're already over 100 million in the whole network, right? But we are just going to go so much further. Can you feel it? We definitely need to be hitting up bloggers and YouTubers and whatever, and I'm going to start reaching out to the mainstream media. So this is going to happen. So I have like multiple reasons to work on my fitness because I got to look good in front of the camera, right? And yeah. So it's an exciting time. We're here at the right time. There are people who live off of Bankroll. There are people in the Bankroll community where I know that Bankroll is their only income. Some people that do a lot for the Bankroll community. Some people who do a little. For a lot of people, Bankroll is a significant part portfolio. And for many people in the community, it is it's their Bitcoin, right? I don't want bag holder Bitcoin or bag holder sats. I want sats that like print more sats. Or I want a community where I'm not competing with other people in the community about when to get in and when to get out, when to pump and when to dump. That's what all these other altcoins are and things like that. When can you get in? When can you get out? How you can game system? No. Bankroll, we're just in it. And the longer we're in it, the better off we are. Period. And all we hope is, it really doesn't matter. Like we don't care. There are members of our community that are frankly, we all are tied into other economies, right? We had to show up with some Tron. Where'd that Tron come from? Right? Where'd that fiat come from? We're all plugged into economies. So we are the largest local bank in the world. We don't have fractional reserves. Every dollar in there is a dollar. Every Tron in there is a Tron. Daily and credits are pegged 1-to-1 to Tron. There's no games going on here. We have a microeconomy where it's driven by participation. That's it. What's your business? We're a family. We participate. We believe in each other. We hold strong for each other. That's it. Everyone can come and go as they please. We all grow a stake in this thing in a fair and just way. And if we need it, we take it. And if we don't, we don't. And even if we don't need it, we don't have to worry. It's ours. Those credits tokens are ours. Those day tokens are ours. Those banker tokens are ours. No one will take them away from you. I can't take it away from you. No one in the community can take it away from you. No one can undercut you. I'm happy about the price of Banker. I'm happy that Banker is an affordable price that people can get it and they can accumulate it. And when all this is over, they can profit from it. And it's rinse and repeat. There's no token burn. There's no consolidation of power. You want Banker? Buy it now. Buy it while it's cheap. It will not be cheap forever. If you believe in the Bitcoin thesis at all, Bitcoin will not be cheap forever. Banker will definitely not be cheap forever. Think about what it means to be a Bitcoin miner and what it means to create more sats and the cost. The cost during these trying times. Banker mines in a foolproof manner. It just does it. And people believe in it. If you don't believe in Bitcoin, it's not going to work. If the people behind those Bitcoin wallets didn't believe in Bitcoin, it would not work. It would have been over already. The reason why Bitcoin works beyond just the electricity and the infrastructure and the very simple math, not as complicated as bankroll math by any stretch, correct? Is the belief. It is the people's money at the end of the day. But the people's money is being co-opted. And that is not the case with Bankroll. Does Bankroll depend on Bitcoin? Yeah. It's a great way for fiat to enter the ecosystem. So yeah, Bitcoin matters, but I don't have Bitcoin. I don't have one Bitcoin. There was a small period of time where I shifted a lot to Bitcoin, and it was a couple months just sitting there doing nothing. And then I thought about, well, how did I get all this Bitcoin to just shift over and just have it sit here? Oh, Bankroll. Well, how much Bitcoin did I have when I started Bankroll? I had one Bitcoin. I had hit rock bottom. I had, I was having problems in my marriage. I was fighting to make sure I could pay for my house. And I had a failed cosmetics business. Like 20 years of fintech. And I was like, oh, what should I do next? Cosmetics business. Don't know anything about it. Sounds like fun. Let me raid my 401k and buy a whole bunch of oils that my competitors bought and then sent back during Christmas. That is great. What a great lesson. I learned a lot about marketing. I learned a lot about like getting stuff done all by myself. Every aspect of running a business. A lot of reasons why Bankroll is still running is because I actually know how to operate a real business, not like, I just wrote some code and put it on the website. That's not real business. When you have to operate a full supply chain, we have to do marketing, we have to do packaging, and you have to work with multiple vendors, lawyers, yeah. That's real business. And then, I was exposed to it as well as an executive in real fintech, not like I just made this shit up in labeling it DeFi. So anyway, Bankroll's real deal, true decentralization, and it's a real business. And it's a real community, it's a real family. Let's have fun with Blastoff. I've already transferred the money to Tron. So I just got to run one function after I get this video posted, and hopefully that 100K will be in Rocket and in the reserve. You guys can fight for it over a couple of rounds and days, and I'm sure this is going to get bigger and bigger. And I also, literally right now, I'm in cash, and I will be DCAing into Daily Plus on a weekly basis. And I am rolling like a beast. So I'm coming after you, Tucky. I'm coming after those two guys in front of me. I'm taking my throne back. I will be number one in Daily Plus. Again. No, but halving's coming, and there is no better place to be than to be sitting on a big stack of Satoshis that print themselves. Simple goal, not financial advice. Get that get that daily income. Get that daily income where it makes sense right now at Tron at a penny. Do a little bit of forward looking and say, well, okay, this is what I'm earning at Tron at a penny daily and Daily Plus. Okay. Am I satisfied? Be satisfied with that number, because when it gets to 2, then you can do roll one day, withdraw the other day, right? And now you're like, okay, I'm satisfied with I'm earning at a penny. When it gets to 2, I can do on off, pay myself, use that money for any expenses in the real world, and I know that it's covered just for my Daily Plus. That's the point, right? Think about it at 3 and 5, right? Tron at $1 is a dream. We have made it. Tron at $1, right? But let's focus on Tron at 10 cents. I think Tron at 10 cents, I know for a fact, Tron at 10 cents mean everyone in Bankroll is a baller. And Tron at 10 cents means that everyone else who's not in Bankroll can still afford to get in. That's the way we gotta look at it. So it's not Tron at $1, it's Tron at 10 cents. Tron at 10 cents means everybody in Bankroll is winning and everyone not in Bankroll can still afford to get in. That's what it really means. So on that note, God bless, be safe, take your vitamins, do your floor exercises, go out for a walk, social distance, and if you're lucky enough to be under a roof with someone that you actually care about a lot, consider yourself blessed. Take care, BT.